Every year, when the spring and fall rains arrive, something very predictable happens in my house. The sugar ants move in. They don't knock, they don't pay rent. They just appear right in my kitchen like, hey, what's for lunch? I've lived through enough rainy seasons to know that when the ants come, they come in force. It's like they got an alert on their ant calendar app that says, rain's incoming, storm the pantry. And me, I'm ready for battle. I wipe, I spray, I wipe again. I give motivational speeches to the cinnamon shaker like it's a soldier. But then something strange happened. It was a peaceful Friday night. I lit candles, sat down to rest, and then I realized something was missing. No ants. Not a single one. I checked under the honey jar, around the flour canister, around the flour mill, nothing. It was like someone flipped a switch and told the ants, hey guys, it's Shabbat, clock out. I thought maybe I got lucky. Maybe I finally won. The next Shabbat, though, the same thing. Ant-free kitchen again. But after Shabbat was over, they came back full force. The next Shabbat, the same thing. An ant-free kitchen. Again. That's when it hit me. My ants are Sabbath-loving ants. That's right. I now lovingly refer to them as my holy ants. 6 days a week, they're on a mission from, well, if not God, then who? But definitely from their queen. They hustle for crumbs like tiny vacuum cleaners with zero manners. But on Shabbat, they rest. They vanish. They honor the day of rest. Can you imagine? They're all gathered in their little ant hill singing Shabbat Shalom and dipping miniature challahs in honey. So who needs pest control when your ants keep Torah? Of course, every colony has its rebel. That's Paul. We named him because, like his biblical namesake, he just won't quit. And every now and then, Paul shows up on Shabbat doing his own thing, foraging solo, breaking the Sabbath, making the rest of the colony look bad. We're still praying for his repentance. He's always the first one to follow the judgment. Natural consequences, Paul. Here's what got me thinking. Proverbs 6:6-8 says, go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler, yet it stores its provision in summer and gathers its food at harvest. And apparently, it rests on Shabbat. These Sabbath-loving ants don't need a reminder. No clocks, no planners, no halakh guidebooks. Just a rhythm built into creation. If they know when to stop and rest, what is our excuse? We live in a culture that glorifies hustle. More, more, more. Busy, busy, busy. But the Sabbath-loving ants have it figured out. They work hard. They're efficient. They plan ahead. But then they pause. They don't wait until they're burned out. They just stop. And in that pause, I find something deeply beautiful. When the kitchen is quiet, when the crumbs are untouched, when Paul's the only brave one or foolish one enough to show up, I get this strange sense of peace. A six-legged parable is playing out in front of me. It's funny, right? Most people are out here trying to get rid of ants, and I'm over here writing devotionals about them. But honestly, these holy ants have brought more spiritual reflection to my Shabbat prep than some books I've read. Who knew that pests could be preachers? If even the ants can honor the Sabbath, how much more should we? I'm not saying every ant colony is religious, and no, I'm not converted to antism, but I do believe Yehovah speaks through the everyday, through creation, nature, and sometimes sugar ants. So the next time you see a trail of ants, maybe ask yourself, are these the regular Monday crew, Or are you looking at a colony of Sabbath-loving ants? And if it's Friday night and they're nowhere to be found, welcome to the congregation, friend. If you enjoyed this ant-sized slice of Shabbat humor, you'll love the full story. I go deeper into what it taught me, why it matters, and of course, more about our friend Paul. Hit that like button, subscribe for more stories from the front lines of natural living and faith, and drop a comment. Have you ever had an animal or bug teach you something unexpected? Shabbat Shalom from me and the Sabbath-loving ants. And until next time, stay healthy in heart.